Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Little Susie can be a witch. Bobby can be a vampire. Be whatever you want this Halloween. And we've got Troy Donovan here to talk to us about a very safe and inviting place to go for trick-or-treat night. Troy, good to see you this morning.
Morning, Luke. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Are you still trying to shake off the Steelers game the other day?
Yeah. It was a tough one. Tough one to take.
Really tough. I can't believe this. The 7th annual Trunk or Treat at Donovan and Bauer Auto Group.
Yeah, it's gone pretty fast. I can't believe we're on to our 7th one already.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So talk about going back to year one. I mean, you guys thought, oh, this would just be a fun thing to do.
Yeah. The first year we did it, 7 years ago, we didn't really ever plan on it probably being the magnitude of what it would turn into. We just, didn't plan very accordingly well for it. I could just remember, we grabbed a few bags of candy and we said, this would probably be more than enough candy. And and then I could remember the mass panic we had on our hands in a very short 5 to 10 minute period of time when we saw car after car come out and kid after kid and family after family. And then we all kind of went, oh no. And it was kind of a rapid trip. I can remember being on the speaker telling people we had more candy coming and things like that. So we were really vastly unprepared and planned the first year we ever did it. And I thought, I don't know if we'll ever have success again doing this. People probably thought these guys don't know what they're doing, and it was just kind of a mess the first year. But evidently we did okay because people have come back year after year, and we've kind of planned it a lot more accordingly since. And it's been, we kind of have it. I don't like to say we have it down pat, but it seems like we have a better grip on it. So we're definitely a lot more prepared. We got a lot more help. So it's a good event. Get a lot of people out. Then we decided, a few years, into it, like year 2 or 3, that, maybe we should, try to do something low, give back to the community with it. And so during the event, we also taken donations of non-perishable food items for the Titusville Area Food Bank. So we always like to remind people that if you have something laying around the house, canned items, non-perishable food, bring that with you, and it goes to a good cause at the Titusville Area Food Bank.
Oh, that's a very cool thing that you guys are doing. And again, it's a very safe environment. You don't have to worry about traffic. You can just come on out, park your car, and just enjoy the evening. It's
lighted. It's on the lot. So we flip a few of the vehicles around, do it out of the trunks of the vehicles between the 2 dealerships. It's a lighted. We have the Hightown Fire Department's very nice coming out to assist with traffic and to make sure that nobody gets injured crossing Route 8 there. There's a lot of cars do park over at the tire store and walk over. They do a great job coming out to assist with traffic control for us. And another nice thing is too, it's a good event to come out to because this does coincide with Titusville's Trick or Treat. So a lot of people like to come out and head our thing up first and then head into town, or head into town first and then come out. So it's a good time. So your kids can go into town and trick or treat, but you can also stop in and see us as well. So it's kind of, we like to do it that way. It just seems to work out really, really well with everybody.
Now, one of the things that really caught my eye with this, as I've learned more about it over the years, is sometimes you hear people be a little bit jaded about this and saying, oh, they're just doing it because they want people to come in and buy. And that's not what this is really all about.
No, this is kind of our event that we give back to the community. This is not a good night to come and buy a car. This is, most anyone that's employed or with the dealership is, a lot of them are assisting their time. Some of the people that help are actually clocked out and they're on a volunteer basis, even that they work an 8 to 5 job, but they've stayed to help a couple hours and give some of their time back. We don't make them stay, but we ask them if for volunteers, and some of our own employees, families, and so forth are very nice to generate their a couple hours of their time to help pass out candy to the kids and things. But no, this is not a good night to come buy a car. It's really tough because we're running around 10 different directions and don't have a whole lot of time, to work on that. But yeah, so yeah, it's not an event. It's not to say that we don't want you to come out and buy a car eventually, but it's not a good night to come out and work numbers and do that kind of thing because it's really tough. A lot of the guys are running 10 different directions for a couple hours there.
And it's really a community event more than anything else.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you get people far away. I mean, it's kind of a great event because you're getting people from Franklin and Oil City and people of Townville and even probably as far away. Some people I know from Meadville and Corey even come down to this event. So that's good. It's just not folks from Titusville. It's folks from some surrounding communities that I'm sure a lot of them are coming down to Titusville trick or treat too, but a lot of them are stopping there, so that's great too. Anything that pulls people from other towns into Titusville is a good thing for Titusville.
Well, the other thing is you don't want to go in there because Nate will be hyped up on all that sugar from the candy.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be crunching he'll be like bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, I don't think you got to worry about Nate getting to the candy. He's been pretty good lately. He's been pretty disciplined with the candy.
Yeah. It's fun to see folks with their families out there, and you have employees that will have family that comes out. It really is a nice environment for all.
Yeah, I mean it's a family-oriented event. I mean we want to bring the grandkids, bring the kids. If it's a lot of parents work second shift or something and can't bring their kids, the grandparents can bring them out. It's a very kid-friendly event. Every kid's going to get quite a bit of candy. We even pass out. We have a limited number of trick-or-treat bags that we give out. I think we give out about 200 bags that Kahuna's does for us. They do our signs and then did the bags for us, and they've done that for a number of years out there in Pleasantville. But they do the bags, and we pass those out to kids that maybe don't have a trick-or-treat bucket or just maybe have a plastic bag. We give them a nice bag. It's a nice little like canvasy type bag, and so those are limited. They usually are going fairly fast, but we give out about 200 of those as well too.
And it's not just the kids that get dressed up. I remember was it last year or the year before? The entire Adams family showed up.
Yes, some adults get into it. I mean, last year I dressed up for the first time myself. Last year my daughter was Cinderella, and my son did not want to be Prince Charming. He wanted to be Catboy from PJ Masks. So I had to be Prince Charming for my daughter. So I dressed up as Prince Charming, and she was Cinderella, and it was cute. It worked out good. So I don't know. I'm up in the air this year. They're both. I think my son's going to be Superman and my daughter's Wonder Woman, so I don't know if I'm going to be Batman to do the whole Justice League thing or what, but we'll have to figure it out. I don't know. Still up in the air.
So, do you guys keep track of how many pieces of candy you go through?
I don't know how many pieces. I mean, I'm sure we could do the math on it, but I mean, it's definitely it approaches probably anywhere from the $700-800 to $1,000 range worth of candy that we generally give away. I mean, as far as money goes, so takes up a whole trunk of a Chevy Impala or a big back part of a van when we go up to get it at Sam's Club. So it's a good bit of candy, and generally it's all given away for the most part. I mean, usually seems like we have about one bag of Dum-Dums or something, or Starburst or something that's left over, but it's generally all pretty much gone, for the most part. That's for sure.
That's incredible.
Yeah. It seems a lot of it sometimes weather dependent on the crowd we get. Of course, like most things. If it's a generally nice day, then typically you're getting a lot of people. If it's rainy, maybe not so many. But kids are pretty dependent. I mean, they kind of go out in any weather condition there is, as long as they're whoever's watching them will take them. So they'll go through anything, I think.
Well, the event, Troy, is coming up Thursday, October 26th. That's the same night as Trick or Treat in the Titusville community. A lot of other communities having Trick or Treat that night as well. That's going to be out at Donovan and Bauer Auto Group, the 7th annual Trunk or Treat. Before we let you go, what else is going on out there in the month of October?
It's a pretty busy month. It's truck month. A lot of big incentives on the Dodge trucks, the Ram trucks, and the Chevy and the GMC trucks. And it's the end of the model year. 2017 is winding down, so the manufacturers are pushing some really big rebates and incentives. So it's a good time to go out, maybe save yourself a good bit of money, some 0% for 72 months on some models out there as well, too, some good lease specials. So yeah, and it's the deer running. The body shop is extremely busy. I mean, they're already smacking them up left and right. So if you unfortunately run your way into one of those deer or just an accident, the body shop's there to help you out. And we do have 2 service centers, a tire store, 2 parts departments. So it's definitely we got basically everything out there to help you with your needs.
And you have a pretty nice selection of used vehicles, too.
And used vehicles too. Yes, we got it. We got everything out there. Even got Joe Vandervoort. So.
Poor Joe. Holidays are coming up. Not too early to start thinking about maybe a gift for yourself or the family.
Yeah, it's. I'm trying not to think about Christmas, Luke, but thanks.
Yeah, me too.
anyway, but yeah, it will be here before you know it. So yeah, I mean, if there's accessory you're wanting to get, maybe for your spouse's vehicle or something like that, those do make good Christmas presents. People don't think of mud flaps or running boards for a truck or something as a Christmas present, but sometimes that might be a good idea to get that done.
Oh, there's a lot of things. Remote car starts. There's all sorts.
All kind of things. Yeah. All kind of things. That's for sure. So we're out there to help with accessories as well too.
All right, Troy Donovan joining us this morning. Trunk or Treat, the 7th annual Trunk or Treat coming up again Thursday, October 26th, and that time again, Troy?
5:30 to 7:30, and just like I remember, don't forget your non-perishable food donation to help out the Titusville Area Food Bank. Would be much appreciated for them.
Very nice. Good job. Thank you for all that you guys do for the community. All right. We've got Mr. Ken Bauer joining us next.
That's the sound of Halloween. Halloween.
That's the sound of Halloween. All across the land, we're a happy band.
So have a